First and foremost, I think phenomenological social psychology is about lived experience as people live it in their day-to-day lives.
It's about focusing in on what it means to be human, and that I just find very exciting. Very often in psychology, people focus in on smaller aspects of people's behaviour or the bits in their brain or whatever, and you lose a sense of what it means to be human.
Immediately I encountered the phenomenological approach and the philosophy of the kind of phenomenological philosophers. Did I immediately kind of think, hello, this is something that resonates with me and my understanding of the world and what I'd learned and studied so far.
My path into this really came from practicing as a mental health therapist, because there I used all sorts of theoretical perspectives in my work, but the one I favoured was a humanistic approach, where you're trying to look at kind of taking a holistic view of the person, the individual, trying to understand their feelings, their needs, their potential, trying to empower. And these are the kinds of messages that also phenomenologists pick up on. And so it was a very short jump for me, really, as a therapist, to then move into phenomenology.
What I discovered with phenomenology was an alternative to psychoanalysis that had that vast scope, that actually sought to kind of deal with human existence, kind of as we live it, in its entirety.
It asks, well, what is that experience like for you? So, for example, if you were a depressed person and you had a whole room of psychologists here, every single psychologist would probably look at you differently and understand you differently. And you'd have some psychologists perhaps would be very focused on why is it that you've become depressed. Whereas the phenomenologist simply says, well, I want to know, what is it like for you to be depressed? What is your world? You know, who are you and how are you handling it? What's your pain? What are your needs? What are your feelings? What is it that gives you meaning in your life? And for me, those are the important questions. And of course, there's a link there then into how one would then help you with your depression.